Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we have done something maybe kind of silly, we'll see, but we planted more tomatoes. So we have a whole row of tomatoes, 3 varieties, and we tilled up where all of the squash and zucchini and pumpkins were. They had run their course, they weren't doing that well. So we tilled them up, so we've got some video coverage to show you of Vince tilling that area up. And then we'll show you our new area that we've added for the spring garden, where we're gonna extend that space out and have more area to plant. All right, so quick update on our fall garden. We do have our winter squash over here blooming. We put up some tall trellises for them to climb. So we have the delicata, the butternut squash, and the spaghetti squash. The rows that were here used to house our squash, pumpkins, cantaloupe, and zucchini. They have been tilled up. And we have our tomatoes in here. We also planted some kale. So we have early girl tomatoes, and then we have some kale, and then we have best boy tomatoes, and some more kale, and then we have sweet aroma tomatoes. So we'll see how they're gonna do. Our eggplants are doing terrific. We have 4 of those and they're looking terrific. All right, so we do have our potatoes here. I did harvest some of those, but they were really small, about 1 inch round. So I'm gonna let them continue to grow a little more under the surface for another couple weeks and see if they get any bigger. All right, here it is, potatoes. They're all laid over, looking mostly dead. I think that means it's time to harvest them. I think it's about a week early if you base it on the number of days that they needed to plant, but here goes. We might just have a rotten mess or some little bitty baby ones or just ant hills. We don't know. Let's see what we get. All right, here we go. We'll see what we get. Well, first one we have is this little, nothing little potato here. It's tiny. Let's see if we get some more. Got a few. These look very small, really tiny. But they are a potato. They're just little bitty baby potatoes. So I'm wondering if I need to let them sit for another week or so. And see if they get any bigger, because these are really, really small. And I think I might let the rest of these sit for another week and we'll come back and try it again, see what we get. The other squash, I planted a couple of them here. Maybe they'll trellis up here as well. Our peppermint, I cut it way down. It was getting some kind of fungus, so I cut it way down and it's starting to come back now. It does spread fast, and I've heard from a lot of people that it might take over your garden, so if it starts doing that, I'll dig a lot of it up and we'll move it out. Our pepper plant is doing pretty good. Got 3 peppers from it so far, and we have some more squash over here, and they are getting the flowers on them now, looking pretty good. And our carrots, I pulled one up the other day. It was small, but it was normal carrots. It wasn't one that looked like an alien carrot. So hopefully the ones that are growing will look normal when we pull those up. Down here at the end we have some okra that is starting to take off, and hopefully we'll produce some okra soon. We only have a couple little beets that are growing, and our corn, you can see where the deer ate some of the corn as it was first growing. So we're down to 7 stalks, maybe 6 good ones. So we'll see. I don't know if we'll get any corn this year because we planted it so late, but hey, they're growing. And then our other little cherry tomatoes, they're still hanging in there. These are apparently the kind that just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. So they are still growing. This one that's over here on the ground, it actually starts down here and comes all the way up and over and all the way back down, and it's coming up again. So it's probably an 8 or 9 foot stalk there that just keeps producing tomatoes, so we'll take it. And then we have our cabbage. So we have cabbage and kale in the garden now, and that's not the only surprise. Let's go see what Vince did to help us out in the spring. So this back part of the garden that we are working on had the fabric in it. So we had to pull up all the fabric first, and then we could start tilling it up. It was a lot of work. Okay, so our initial bed is up here. You can see it's raised a little higher, and the new bed is down here. This gives us a lot more space. It's about 8 feet, I guess, by whatever length that is, but about 8 more feet deep. So we have a lot more flower bed now, or vegetable bed, than we did, and we're going to add that to our layout and see what we can plant come spring. But we wanted to go ahead and get that tilled up and get it ready before winter came in and the ground got too hard. We have had deer almost every night visit our yard, and the way that we're keeping them out are these sensors. So they're solar powered, and you might hear it clicking when it comes on. They emit a high frequency sound that as the deer get close, they run them off. So far they're working for us. Might have to get a couple more since we have extended our garden bed that way. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed our little update and our craziness of planting tomatoes in the fall. This week is the first of fall, and these variety of tomatoes take between 50 and 60 days to harvest. So we are on a race against the clock to see if they will actually produce fruit before the first frost. So fingers crossed, wish us luck, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.